I'm Leonie from the Wool Baa, and I'm here to take you through step 6 of our Learn to Knit program, which is casting off stitches. And you're going to need to do that at pretty much the end of every project. So here we go. Casting off is one of the easiest things you're going to learn in knitting. So we're just going to follow the pattern we've been doing previously, which is net stitches coming up. So we're going to cast off in net stitch. So you do 2 stitches. Then you pull the first one over the top, the second, knit another stitch, pull the first one over the top of the second, knit another stitch. So we always go to having 2 stitches, pull the first one over the second. Now there's a couple of things I'm doing there. When I'm knitting the stitch, that's fine, but when I'm pulling this first one over, it's helpful that I'm still hanging on to this stitch here with the yarn attached to the ball, because it anchors it. It means that doesn't flip off too. So I pull this over the top, and if I didn't hang on to that, it would be much harder to pull it over. Whereas when I hang on to that, it anchors it, and then I can cast it off, pull it over the top. So that's why it's particularly good to hang on to the yarn. So casting off, you're always pulling the second stitch, the first stitch rather, over the second stitch, all the way to the end until you're left with just one single stitch. So both hands working equally, as you can see, proving my theory that left-handers can learn this way. We're nearing the end, but always we're going to 2 stitches on the needle, pull the first one over the second. And if I was doing a rib pattern or a moss stitch pattern in the garment, I would cast off using that stitch as well. So you're usually guided by what you've been doing before, and patterns will usually say when it's time to cast off in pattern. So that means what you've been doing previously you continue to do, but you're doing 2 stitches on the left needle, pulling first over the second. That remains the same. Now there's many other ways to cast off, cast on, increase, decrease. So all of the things you've been learning, there's lots of different ways for them, but we've just shown you the very basic way so that you don't get too confused. So getting towards the end, here we go, last one, and it comes over the top. So then, with that loop, I would just cut it with scissors here and then pull the remainder out. So very, very simple. I'll show you. Cutting the loop here. So you can see there, and then I pull the long piece out, and that's it. All done. So you can see how stocking stitch rolls. We've got row, knit, row, purl. See how it's wanting to roll? Whereas down the bottom it's not, because we've got garter stitch. But keep your cast off nice and loose so that it doesn't alter the shape of the garment. Same as your cast on, they should both be loose. Well done! You've now completed all 6 steps of our Learn to Knit program. So you've got the tools to go out there and knit anything. I'll be making more videos, but they'll be about finessing your skills, making it a little bit easier for you or giving a more professional look. So if you want to know when those videos come out, click on the subscribe button, have your notifications turned on, and then you'll be told when a new video is out. In the meantime, happy knitting!